player, the current GSL champion, for a little bit longer. Yes.
Samsung Loro.
Representing Samsung here.
Out of the run for this season already. He won't be able to defend his title, but he might be able to claim a spot in the WCS season finals. Starting to the bottom left, his opponent, Protoss player for SK1. It is
SK Telecom T1 Parting.
Former StarTale player did lose to his current and former teammate, or current StarTale player and former teammate Life to end up here, and he's going for some sort of build in the main. I would expect to see gateways based on how he did play against Life in that Codes series, but could just be a pylon or a Forge in the main, that is.
Exactly. We have a lot of different builds now coming into Heart of the Swarm. And once again, just going a little bit over the history of the builds that we have seen develop in Wings of Liberty and now also in Heart of the Swarm to give you a bit of an idea how all this came to a conclusion. What happened first was in Heart of the Swarm, in Wings of Liberty, Protoss players trying to get away, first with 3 gates into expand, then with 1 gate into expand. But it was always really difficult to hold this expansion, and if you didn't get the expand up early on, the Zerg player was usually in a very good lead to come down to the economy. So Protoss players started to develop this Forge first play and then abandoned the idea in the Heart of the Swarm because now they had the Mothership Core and could start with the gateway. But we see Parting heading into a Nexus first here, and he's not starting with his gateway timings that we have seen from players like Naniwa. Instead, he's going for the more traditional style, where he plays a bit more greedy, but he drops the Forge after all.
Yeah, now the Overlord knows for sure it's just going to be a Forge in the main when he sees this. There's no way it would be a Nexus first, the gateway, that just does not exist. So now he can, of course, respond accordingly. And in this case, Royal will probably take a fast third without getting gas, because he knows he's not going to have to face any fast gateway timings.
Another thing that we currently see is that Parting didn't really change his pattern from Wings of Liberty. In Wings of Liberty, he was known to scout very late on this particular map. This is one of the reasons why players like Lenok were able to adapt to his style and go a double hatch before going into pool. And Parting is basically doing exactly the same thing. You can see him just moving out to the Zalnaga Watchtower with his probe. So if you know this and know Parting's style, he hasn't changed this at all in months. So players in the past have been going, on this map in particular, double hatch before pool against him very successfully.
Yeah, and you know, Parting just checked for a forward hatchery even going around the left side of this probe just to make sure there was none there. Not taking any chances as far as anything in close proximity to his base. And a very late scout here, though. We'll see the normal third hatchery timing. Parting, you know, he has to be careful of a speedling attack. Right now, Roro is making a lot of Zerglings, and he has that gas, so he can start speed behind this. He could even just go for a Baneling Nest. The timing doesn't look more normal for that, but he is making a lot of Zerglings, more than you would expect.
We've seen aggressive Zerglings and also Baneling styles from Zerg players against Protoss, but I highly doubt that this is going to be the case in this particular game right now. We have Parting with a solid defense so far. He has been relying on the Forge build, and even with the Nexus first, he will be able to hold here if he plays a standard style. But he also has been to be careful. There were a lot of players in the past, MC being one of them, that were surprised by Lings on this map. You can play very sneaky if you want to, and you can see that Dororo is actually doing exactly what he did against MC on this map. He's really going for speedlings and trying to hide the Zerglings for as long as possible. That's exactly the same build that he executed against MC, and Parting is falling into exactly the same trap.
Same trap, exactly. Like you said, he lost his probe here, and it looks like Roro is just reading him like a book right now. I mean, he's studied the play, he's coming in here, and he's just going to do this speedling attack. This is what I was talking about before. I didn't realize he was going to just commit to a little bit of delayed one, but it's the exact same one that we saw against MC, like you said. And Parting, he does not have a sentry queued up, and he does not have a wall. I think he's going to die here.
This is going to be very clutch. He needs an instant warp-in, but he doesn't have the warp-in technology research, so if he doesn't block with the probe or with the Stalker here, he will have no chance. And you can see how carefully Roro hides everything. Roro is trying to walk in here. The Stalker might be able to block, but no, he's moving out. He's doing exactly the same mistakes that MC was making against Roro, and he's going to be punished for it.
Stalker way too late here. Probes pulled. He wants to block the ramp, but he's got no chance.
And the cannon is nearly done already. The probes are trying to come in, but more and more Zerglings are trying to get into the action.
Cannon is gone.
Just too much.
That's too much. Parting is going to lose game one here. Playing a greedy style, you know, really great hide by Roro. Parting not able to scout, and you know, you win some, you lose some when it comes to build orders, and in this case, Roro definitely hiding his build well. He's going to try to target this down before Warp Gate's done.
This is the build that Roro has been using in the past several times, and Harding is not the first Protoss player to fall to this. He should have scouted a little bit sooner. It is definitely a weakness in his build, especially on this map. He had disadvantages because of it in the past, and he's getting punished here. But he at least saves himself for now. He has the cannons in the main base, but it's just not enough.
Yeah.